My fellow Burkinabe, sons and daughters of the land of upright people. Hear me now as your leader, Captain Ibrahim Traore, standing firm in the face of the winds that seek to uproot our sacred traditions. Today, I speak not with whispers, but with the thunder of our ancestors, the roar of our unyielding spirit. We gather here under the blazing sun of Faso to declare war, not on our brothers and sisters, but on the insidious poison that has slithered into our midst from the cold, decaying hearts of the West. I speak of this abomination they call gay, this twisted, unnatural perversion that dares to masquerade as freedom, as love, as progress. But make no mistake, my people. It is none of these. It is a deadly weapon, forged in the forges of imperial arrogance, aimed straight at the soul of Africa, at the heart of Burkina Faso. Let us delve into the depths of this darkness, peel back its deceptive layers like the skin of a venomous snake. What is this gay agenda but a colonial relic, repackaged and shoved down our throats by those who once chained our forefathers? The West, bloated with their own moral rot, exports this filth to us as if we are beggars at their table, starving for their scraps of so-called enlightenment. They preach human rights while their societies crumble into chaos. Families shattered, children confused, populations dwindling like sand through cracked hands. Look at them. Their cities are graveyards of the spirit, where men lie with men and women with women, defying the very laws of nature that God Himself inscribed upon the earth. This is not culture. This is corrosion. It eats away at the foundations of society, turning strong warriors into shadows, vibrant communities into wastelands of despair. And deadly. Oh, my brothers and sisters, it is deadlier than the droughts that scorch our fields or the bullets of jihadist invaders. This perversion spreads like a plague, infecting minds, corrupting youth, hollowing out our future. It brings diseases of the body, ailments that ravage without mercy, turning vitality into agony, and worse, diseases of the soul. It whispers lies to our children, telling them that confusion is clarity, that deviation is destiny. In Burkina Faso, where we fight every day for survival against poverty, against terrorism, against the remnants of French puppeteers pulling strings from afar. Do we need this additional curse? No. It has no impact on our lives. Ha! That is the greatest lie of all. It infiltrates silently, eroding our values, weakening our resolve. Imagine our villages, once bastions of family and honor, now tainted by this Western import that mocks the sacred union of man and woman, the very bedrock of our existence. God created Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. Let that truth echo through the savannas, resound in the hills of Ouagadougou. The Almighty, in His infinite wisdom, designed us for harmony, for procreation, for the continuation of life. Man and woman, like the earth and the rain, coming together to nurture growth, to build nations. But this gay nonsense? It is barren. It yields no fruit, no legacy, only emptiness and extinction. The West peddles it as diversity, but it is division. It fractures families, sows discord among kin, turns brothers against brothers in a haze of misguided sympathy. We, the people of Burkina Faso, have suffered enough under foreign yokes, slavery, colonialism, neocolonialism. Shall we now bow to this new master, this cultural imperialism disguised as tolerance? Never. We reject it as we reject the CFA franc, as we reject the meddling of Paris and Washington. Delve deeper with me, into the abyss of their hypocrisy. The West, with their Hollywood illusions and social media sorcery, glamorizes this deviance, parades it as pride. But behind the rainbows and rallies lies ruin, skyrocketing suicides among their youth, lost in the labyrinth of identity they themselves created. Economies strained by populations that refuse to reproduce. Societies aging into oblivion because they have forsaken the divine order. In Africa, we know better. Our customs, our faiths, Islam, Christianity, our ancestral beliefs, all unite in condemnation of this unnatural act. The Quran speaks of Lut's people, punished for their sins. The Bible thunders against sodomy. Our elders warn of spirits angered by imbalance. This is not hate, my people. It is protection. Protection of our purity, our progeny, our path forward. And what of the economic chains? This gay culture is pushed by NGOs, by aid packages laced with conditions. Accept our values or starve. They dangle dollars like bait, hoping to hook our sovereignty. But we say no. Burkina Faso will not be bought. We ban this poison not out of fear, but out of fire, the fire of self-determination, the fire of African Renaissance. Imagine the toll on our health systems, already burdened, now flooded with the consequences of promiscuity unchecked. The moral decay that invites more vice, drugs, exploitation, the erosion of discipline in our armed forces, our schools, our homes. It has no positive impact, only destruction veiled as choice. It alienates us from our allies in the Sahel, from brothers in Mali and Niger who share our vigilance against Western decadence. We must root it out, my fellow citizens. From our laws, our media, our minds. Let every teacher warn against it, every imam and pastor preach its folly, every parent shield their children from its shadow. This is a battle for our very essence, the uprightness that defines us. The West calls us backward for resisting. Let them. We are not backward. We are unbreakable. We stand tall, as our name proclaims, while they bend and break under the weight of their own excesses. Let this be etched in stone, my unbreakable people. Anyone caught in the clutches of this depravity, engaging in homosexual acts, promoting this LGBTQ facade, or even whispering its defense, will be dragged into the light of justice and sentenced to life in jail. Yes, life. No mercy, no parole, no second chances. They will rot behind bars, their bodies wasting away as their spirits confront the error of their ways. Let their imprisonment serve as a blazing beacon, a grim warning to any fool who dares to continue with this LGBTQ nonsense, this so-called spectrum of sin that they cloak in the guise of human rights. Human rights. Ha! We know human rights when we see them. Rights to food, to security, to sovereignty, to live free from foreign manipulation. Not this foolishness, this invented entitlement to defy God's design. Delve with me into the heart of their deception, the cunning web they weave. They cry, human rights, as if we Africans are blind, as if we cannot discern truth from trickery. But we see through it all, the United Nations resolutions, the rainbow flags waved by ambassadors, the pride parades funded by billionaire philanthropists who never set foot on our soil. This is no genuine cry for equality. It is a Trojan horse, stuffed with the West's agenda to undermine us. They guise LGBTQ as liberation, but it is enslavement of minds, of morals, of our demographic destiny. We, in Burkina Faso, champion real human rights. The right of our farmers to till unpoisoned land, the right of our soldiers to defend without interference, the right of our children to inherit a nation untainted by imported vices. No foolishness here. We reject their lectures on inclusivity, while they exclude our voices in global forums, imposing sanctions if we dare resist. And oh, can you see it now, my vigilant brothers and sisters? These are insidious methods the West employs to reduce our population, to cull our numbers like weeds in their garden of global control. Delve deeper into this sinister plot. Why do they push this barren lifestyle upon us? Because Africa rises, our youth bulge with potential, our birth rates fuel a continent awakening to power. The West, facing their own demographic winter, aging populations, empty cradles from decades of hedonism and choice, fears our vitality. They export abortion on demand, contraception campaigns, and now this LGBTQ ideology that sterilizes societies from within. No children born from such unions, no families forged, just a slow fade into irrelevance. Look at Europe. Birth rates plummeting below replacement, immigrants needed to prop up their economies, yet they resent our strength. In Burkina Faso, where every child is a soldier in the fight for tomorrow, we cannot afford this sabotage. They fund education programs in our schools, sneaking in lessons on gender fluidity under the banner of health or rights, brainwashing our young to question their very biology. Can you see it? NGOs like those from Soros or Gates, dangling aid while demanding progressive policies that erode fertility. It's population control by another name. Eugenics repackaged for the 21st century, targeting the global south. We know the history. Forced sterilizations in India, experiments in Kenya, now this cultural sterilization in Faso. It weakens our armies, dilutes our workforce, ensures we remain dependent beggars rather than rising giants. The West whispers, love is love, but their love is for domination, for keeping Africa fragmented and feeble. We see the reduction in our numbers not as accident, but as arithmetic of empire. Fewer Burkinabe means fewer voices against exploitation, fewer hands to build our AES alliance. This human rights guise crumbles under scrutiny. It's selective, hypocritical. They condemn our traditions while ignoring honor killings in their allies, while bombing weddings in the Middle East. No, we will not be fooled. Life in jail for the perpetrators? It is mercy compared to the death they bring upon our culture. Let them rot as examples, paraded in chains if need be, their stories told in villages as cautionary tales. This reduces not just individuals, but the spread of the plague itself, protecting our population from the West's demographic dagger. Can you see it unfolding, the grand conspiracy? From Hollywood films glorifying deviance to social media algorithms amplifying it, all aimed at our youth, luring them into sterility while the West imports our best and brightest to fill their gaps. If we continue down this treacherous path, my resolute people, what will be our fate as a nation? Ponder it deeply, let the question sear your souls like the harmattan winds. If we allow this Western rot to fester unchecked, Burkina Faso, nay, all of Africa, will crumble into dust, a shadow of its former glory. Our fate. A barren wasteland where families dissolve into nothingness, where villages echo with the silence of unborn generations, where our strength as a people evaporates like morning dew under a merciless sun. We will become puppets, dancing to the tunes of foreign decadence, our sovereignty sold for scraps of aid and empty promises of progress. Imagine it, our youth, once the vanguard of revolution, lost in a fog of confusion, their energies diverted from building farms, schools, and defenses to chasing illusions of self-indulgence. Our economy, already strained by global exploiters, further crippled by a population in decline, unable to sustain the labor needed for our mines, our fields, our fight against insurgents. We will be overrun, not by armies, but by apathy, by division, by the slow poison that turns brothers into strangers and communities into chaos. Who, I ask you, who in their right state of mind would let a man marry his fellow man, or a woman wed her fellow woman? Such madness defies the very essence of sanity, the clarity bestowed by God and guided by our ancestors. Only those blinded by Western gold, those corrupted by the siren songs of Hollywood and Brussels, could entertain such absurdity. In what twisted logic does one equate the sacred bond of marriage, meant for unity, for legacy, for the divine spark of creation, with this barren mockery? It is not love. It is lunacy. A man and a man. What fruit does that bear but emptiness? A woman and a woman? What future does that forge but oblivion? No sane mind, rooted in the soil of Africa, would permit it. Our elders, wise in the ways of the world, would spit upon such folly, invoking the spirits to cleanse the land. Even the animals of the savannah know better. The lion pairs with the lioness, the elephant with its mate, perpetuating life in harmony with nature's decree. Yet the West, in their arrogance, claims superiority while descending into this abyss of irrationality, their societies fracturing under the weight of such rights that right no wrongs. It is a taboo, my people. A profound taboo that first and foremost reflects Africa's rich culture and value system, the unbreakable tapestry woven by centuries of wisdom, resilience, and reverence for the natural order. Delve into the depths of our heritage. From the griots tales in our villages to the rituals of initiation that honor manhood and womanhood as complementary forces. In Burkina Faso, our Mossy kings ruled with justice rooted in balance. Man and woman as pillars of the throne, family as the fortress against adversity. Across Africa, from the Ashanti in Ghana to the Zulu in South Africa, taboos against such acts preserve the clan's continuity, ward off ancestral wrath, and maintain communal harmony. This taboo is not mere superstition. It is the guardian of our values, respect for elders, fidelity in unions, the sacred duty to procreate and pass on the flame of life. It reflects our collectivism over individualism, our focus on the group's survival over fleeting desires. The West mocks our taboos as primitive, but look at their own history. Once they too condemned this, before their enlightenment turned to endarkenment. Our culture thrives because of these boundaries. Without them, we invite the erosion of everything that makes us African. Our dances of fertility, our festivals of harvest, our stories of heroes who built nations through strong lineages. If we don't take action on this now, it will destroy Africa beyond measure. unleashing a cataclysm that dwarfs droughts, wars, or pandemics. Delve deeper into the devastation. First, the moral fabric unravels, thread by thread. Children, impressionable as fresh clay, absorb this poison through smuggled media, questioning their roles, rebelling against traditions that have sustained us through slavery and colonialism. Families splinter, fathers ashamed, mothers in despair, siblings divided by choices that choose destruction over duty. Then, the social order collapses. Villages once united in mutual aid become battlegrounds of ideology, with activists funded by foreign NGOs stirring unrest, pitting neighbor against neighbor. Economically, the blow is fatal. Fewer births mean fewer workers, fewer innovators, fewer defenders. Our demographic dividend, Africa's greatest asset, squandered in the name of diversity. Health crises amplify. The spread of vices linked to this lifestyle burdens our clinics, diverts resources from malaria and malnutrition to imported ailments. Politically, it weakens us. Divided nations are easy prey for neo-colonial vultures, who exploit internal fractures to install puppets and plunder resources. Spiritually, the gods turn away. Our ancestors, who watch from the realms beyond, weep at the desecration, cursing the land with misfortune. Across the continent, from Nigeria's Sharia north to Uganda's vigilant laws, we see the peril. Yet even there, Western pressure mounts, threatening sanctions to force compliance. If unchecked, this will not just diminish Africa. It will disfigure it, turning the cradle of humanity into a graveyard of forgotten potential, where empires once rose now reduced to relics of regret. My fellow Burkinabe, warriors of the upright path, we stand at the crossroads of destiny, where inaction spells doom and resolve ignites revival. Let us rise as one, banishing this Western scourge from our lands forever. No more debates, no more delays. Today, we enact the ban. Laws forged in the fire of our will, enforced with the iron of our justice. Let the world know, Burkina Faso rejects this deathly import, embraces our divine heritage, and marches forward unbowed. For God, for family, for Faso, victory is ours. Long live the revolution. Long live Burkina Faso. If you're up to this moment, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more updates. See you in my next video.